Hi, my name is Michael Wong. I'm the clinical director of the Hemophilia Center. The Factor 7 Retreat, I believe, is a program that offers two things to patients which are vital to their understanding of their illness, but also with being able to live with a chronic illness. And those two things would be empathy and connectivity. These are rare illnesses, and people who have them have personal experiences which they really don't feel like they can share with other people. And so they finally get into a room where they can sit down with the person and they don't need to explain themselves, but they can actually just talk. And they can also sit with the person who understands that, and they will just listen.
For me, chess is very unique because this is the one place that I know I'm not alone. I come here and I know that I fit in. One place that I know it's all about me. Not necessarily just about me, but my bleeding disorder and my condition. I definitely don't feel alone here. I'm very, very thankful for this retreat. I couldn't express enough that this is one place where I feel definitely that I'm definitely not alone. I look forward to this every year. I'm sorry, but this is one place where I know I could go and have the support that I need.
Hi, my name's Kathleen Byrne, and I've been a seasoned nurse for 42 years. I've been working with the hemophilia community since the early 90s, and with chess basically since the start of it. And I've seen and taken care of many of these children since they were first diagnosed until right up and through their wedding days, actually. Because when you're diagnosed with a chronic illness, I guess my goal is to have you learn to incorporate it into your lifestyle so it's not as devastating as it can be. Just helps to bring that and make that happen. But chess really makes people understand, and these families then go out and they teach others. Without this program, it wouldn't happen.
My name is Danielle Nance, and I'm a physician. I treat patients with bleeding and clotting disorders primarily, but I also take care of patients with benign hematologic conditions, so problems of blood or cells in the blood that aren't working properly. When you live your whole life the only person in your community with a certain condition, you get a sense that it's never going to be normal and it can't be normal. And when you come together in a room with other people that are struggling with exactly the same diagnosis, then you're suddenly free of a lot of anxiety and worry and self-doubt because you see it reflected everywhere else.
Because it's like an annual family reunion where we are updated specifically on Factor 7 diagnoses, specifically for us and our families.
When I come here, I started coming here when I was 15, I'm 20 now. I come in here and everyone's so loud and like, oh my gosh, she's so old. Like, look at how tall she is. Look, she's in the adult sessions now. And like, look at how she holds herself. Like, I'm a completely different person than before I came. So, I mean, it's just like coming back to family. I do tell my doctors about the Factor 7 retreat in the hopes that somebody gets diagnosed and they'll have that resource immediately right out of the box. So I can't really compare them to anything else, but I know that they've given me something that it's invaluable to me. Like, I couldn't ever repay them for what they've given me.
Well, because I don't have Factor 7, my brother does, and before he was diagnosed with it, he played a lot of football, and, you know, we would get in fights a lot, you know, messing around. And now knowing a lot more about the whole situation and everything about his blood disorder, it helps us in the family, you know, like monitor how we like interact with him more in a safe and positive way. When I was coming here this year, you know, I described it as like a family retreat where a whole bunch of families that have the same thing in common get together and get to learn more about their disorder and, you know, get to be in a group with people who's going through the same thing as them.
My youngest daughter was diagnosed 3 years ago, and then 2 of our other children were diagnosed 2 years ago. Well, we heard about the program that's specific for Factor 7 patients, and we were excited to go because it was geared toward our diagnosis. One day in, the first seminar just absolutely blew our mind. It was wonderful. It was all about the genetics behind the Factor 7, and it just really opened our eyes to what Factor 7 actually is. I really appreciate this conference. It's been a great educational opportunity for me and my family. I know my kids have learned a lot and made some new friends. My wife and I have definitely learned a lot, made some new friends.
Hearing 20 years ago that I would never meet another person with Factor 7 deficiency, and in 7 years I've met over 100. Chess is the only company that I know of in our community that, to me, their incentive is patient-centeredness first, and they're offering programs that nobody else is really offering. I've been to all 7. I'm pretty much the grandmother of this group. I'm recognized as the oldest one here that has Factor 7 deficiency, so having been told that I probably wouldn't make it to age 50, and I'll be turning 67 this year, I'm grateful, and I keep coming back while I can. Why wouldn't I? I learn something new every time I'm here, and I meet new people. I hope that the program never ends. That would be my hope.
I'm Janet Brewer. I'm from Comprehensive Health Education Services, otherwise known as CHESS, at the Factor 7 Retreat, which is our 7th annual Factor 7 Retreat for individuals affected by Factor 7 deficiency. We started the Factor 7 Retreat in 2012 because we had about 16 to 18 friends that had Factor 7 deficiency that had been invited to a previous national conference that they were no longer allowed to attend. And this left a significant void in their community because they no longer had a place where they felt like they could be heard, where they felt like the people that understood their deficiency weren't there for them anymore. And it left a hole in their entire world. And one of those friends is a very, very dear friend of mine. And I felt as though it was important for our organization to try to establish that connection again for that particular community where there isn't a lot of resources for them. We have seen the number of individuals that we have here at this retreat continue to grow, continue to blossom, continue to become a family. So for us, it's personal. This isn't just about a disorder. This is about how we live our lives. Every day, putting one step in front of the other. Every single day, you keep putting that step forward, and you find those people that love you, that empower you, that educate you, and create that compassion that comes with every event we bring, or that we hope that we bring. In a world where there are multiple organizations that provide resources for individuals with bleeding disorders, that are phenomenal organizations that do so much for so many, CHESS continues to strive to create a place where you can come to be accepted, to be educated, to be empowered, so you can be your own best advocate or your child's best advocate. We're here to continue to create an environment where you feel as though you're loved, you're accepted, and you're wanted. And that we want you to be able to go back out and share that information that you learned here to teach others, to be able to do the exact same that you do, to be empowered and to educate.